Let's talk about Rosalia. So Rosalia is walking back some comments that she got called out for in regards of Bad Bunny because she had received backlash over a comment that she made about him and said it was taken out of context. So she has responded to a wave of criticism, claiming comments she made about Bad Bunny and singing in multiple languages were taken out of context. The dust up stems back to the Spanish singer's recent appearance on the New York Times Popcast. But I watched their show a couple of times. Their show was actually pretty good. Because and funny enough, the last time I watched their interview or their show was when they had Bad Bunny on it. And that was when his album came out, where she was asked about singing in about 13 different languages, one her new album, Lux, and the challenges of communicating with a global audience. Specifically, the host mentioned a previous interview they'd done with Bad Bunny, where they asked him if he's ever worried about what he was singing in Spanish was being misunderstood or going over the heads of listeners. The Puerto Rican superstar responded in a singing song voice, saying he didn't care. Or I don't care. That's basically what he said. But Rosalia said this. Now I do have the clip because I want y'all to hear the whole thing because people was taking what she was saying out of context. But I want to hear what y'all have to say on this because I want to play the whole thing. I always want to do right by the people, and we'll come back and we'll talk. Please hold.
Also, Joe was mentioning that in some ways you're asking a lot of your fans, and we've talked to various artists who perform.
Because they can, though.
No, they should. No, first of all, if you're a good fan, you'll pay attention. That's one thing. That's important.
Yeah, you stand, prove it.
Yes, exactly. Standing is labor.
Learn Arabic.
Standing is
Learn
labor.
Arabic.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like we were here with Bad Bunny once, and we were talking about how a lot of his fans don't speak Spanish or don't speak a lot of Spanish. And we asked him, did he feel any obligation or worry that they don't understand exactly what he's saying?
That's something
And he
some
said,
of his sentiments were going over their head.
Go over their head.
Right. Yeah.
And he sang something into the microphone and said, I don't care. Something like that, literally.
He was like,
That sounds very much like Benito.
IDGAF.
Yeah.
And also he said something also funny, which was like, there's plenty of people who speak perfect Spanish who also have no idea what I'm talking about half the time.
Right.
But given that the narrative through line is very intentional and powerful,
I think I'm the opposite as Benito. I think I'm like, I care. I care so much that definitely I'm gonna even make the effort to sing in a language that is not my language. It's not my comfort zone.
But
yes.
then what about the fans who don't speak that language? How do you?
Oh, but at least there's 13 languages. I hope there's a little something, or hopefully there's translation.
But I was thinking, like, this is such a words-based project. You want to be conveying lyrics and emotions and poetry.
Absolutely.
And so the way that we experienced this album was on a very simple background, an English translation of every lyric on the screen, with the
also.
Sorry, I realized I had my mic muted. But anyway, so people felt that after her response of what she said, that it came across as she was acting like she was better than him because, like, oh yeah, I make the effort to speak different languages and incorporate that in my music. Whereas when you look at someone like Bad Bunny, he's someone that's like, I'm not gonna do what my 4 musicians, that would be the musician version of the forefathers and mothers, had to do, which was when they wanted to cross over into the Anglo market, like Shakira, like Mark Anthony, Jennifer Lopez never spoke good Spanish any damn way, so we can't really include her in that, but she is a part of the Latin explosion. Ricky Martin and Enrique Iglesias, so many others, even Paulina Rubio, even tried to do the whole crossover into the Anglo market by putting her Spanish music roots on the side. And then we had Gloria Estefan and so many others, but Gloria Estefan is like at the top because she came out in the 80s doing the whole crossover situation. So with all that being said, that made it come across as like he wasn't gonna compromise his artistic integrity on the things he was doing, so that way his music could be more palatable for a English speaking audience. So I don't be understanding a lot of what Bad Bunny been saying, but I like the music. I like the production. I like his delivery. I like his cadence. I like that whole situation. So that's what makes me enjoy it more. There's a lot of artists that I don't speak the language. I don't speak Portuguese, but I listen to a couple of Portuguese artists. There's so many different people that come from other countries, and I listen to their music. And one of the things I've always liked is like I like the fact that she steps out of her comfort zone and she tries different genres and she dabbles in different things. One of the other artists that I've always loved that did that was Madonna. When she did Paradise Not For Me, I love that she spoke French. Autour de moi, je ne crois pas. Ici les anges, c'est vers moi. Autour de moi, je suis cassé. Autour de moi, je ne crois pas. Yes, I remember all the lyrics, bitch. And then I like what she did, like even with Madam X, even though that album is a mixed bag for me. I love the fact that she spoke Portuguese and some stuff, including Faz de Gostoso. I love that damn song. And she goes and she sings the chorus in Portuguese. So um I like the fact when artists about their comfort zone, they do different things, but that's not who Benito is. And I think that people should just respect the fact that, you know what, that's not what he wants to do. But for Lux, because I haven't heard the album yet, it's not out. So I'm looking forward to when the album comes out on Friday, and I'll give my overall thoughts when it comes out. I know she's being called the colonizer and all this other stuff, but when the album comes out, I'll listen to it. And it's like if she wants to go and push herself and sing in 13 different languages and do all this stuff, that's her gig. And that's to be something she wants to do. And it may inspire other people to do the same thing. And so they said, still the oh, what is she? Wait, hold on, because I should actually get to the quote that what she said. So it says still the comments caused some social media uproar, which tapped into long-standing critiques over Rosalia's relationship with Latin music and its Afro-Caribbean roots as a singer from Spain. Because here they said she is a white Latina colonizing Afro-Caribbean music, especially when you're a Spaniard. So people don't like the fact that you're a Spaniard but you're coming in and using a lot of these deeply rooted in Afro Caribbean music to go and be successful. And we've already seen a lot of times where Black artists or people of color or people of a darker hue put out certain types of music and they don't really get the accolades, but a woman of a lighter hue and a man of a lighter hue will come out and do the same type of music and they're pushed into the spotlight. It's the same thing with a lot of the white artists that dabble in urban music. When you look at Sabrina Carpenter, she basically, in my opinion, is reheating Ariana Grande's Nachos from her, Black Ariana era with some of them songs that she be singing. And so what they do is like a lot of these urban girls that do certain type of music, they dress it up a little, put a little snowflake on it, and it's more palatable for like the little white girls and they soccer moms from Connecticut to go and purchase the music and come to Madison Square Garden for the tours and all that other stuff. The Long Island girls, the Staten Island girls, and the Connecticut girls. So when I look at all this, I'm like, I see the way that they marketing all this stuff up. So I can totally understand why people coming for her neck in that way. So one TikTok user argued that Bad Bunny sings only in Spanish because he's standing up for his culture, something you cannot relate to because what? You're not a Latina, you're a Spaniard. The user also said Rosalia has benefited from the Latino culture, so you should be able to stand up for it, but it does not surprise me that you are just like, not my circus, not my monkeys. Rosalia posted a comment in response to that video, though it seems to have since been deleted, saying, "Hey, I understand your point of view, but I think it's being taken out of context." And this was translated from Spanish. She says that she has nothing but love and respect for Bad Bunny, called him a great colleague and collaborator, and noted that though through knowing him, she understands better why he does his projects the way he does, which maybe should have been further elaborated in the interview. But maybe she was caught up in the moment. I don't know. But yeah, you should have kind of said that in the interview. It is like, yeah, I'm doing different languages and I think it's important in this way. But at the end of the day, I understand why he does the projects he does. And that what he's doing is political, which is I choose to show that you don't have to kowtow to what's the word? To Anglo colonized type of ideologies in order to be successful. You don't have to kowtow to white people. You don't have to, oh, well, white folks are interested in my music. And if I just sang in English and I rapped in English and I did all my stuff in that way, then I can get more people to support my music. He feels like it's enough with the audience he has, and he definitely has a lot of fans who don't understand what he's singing, what he's saying, I should say, saying and singing and rapping, but and they don't care, or it probably is inspiring them to want to learn Spanish. So she said, she also added this. She said, I've always been grateful to Latin America because despite coming from another place, the Latin people have always supported me throughout my career, and I empathize with what you're explaining. Precisely for that reason, it saddens me that this is being misinterpreted because that wasn't the intention. Now, Lux, I should say, marked Rosalia's fourth album and first full length since 2022's Moto Mami. For those curious, she uses 14 languages on the album, including Spanish, Catalan, English, Japanese, Latin, Italian, German, Ukrainian, Arabic, Sicilian, French, Mandarin, Hebrew, and Portuguese. Child, that's a lot. Excuse me. But we'll see how all that pans out when the album, if she's real convincing with using those different languages and stuff on the album. We hear how it all pans out when the album drops in 2 days. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding Rosalia facing backlash over what she had to say about Bad Bunny? So I definitely want to hear from y'all. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.